First and foremost, I want to say thank you for all the prayers and the blessings for my brother, the great DMX. Let me tell you something, man. My brother was a different type of brother. Different type of artist. Different type of creative. Different type of spirit. Different type of zone. Different type of soul. Since the day that I met him, he lived his life for everyone else. I never seen him live his life for himself. You ain't never seen DMX with a Lamborghini. You ain't never seen my brother with a Rolls Royce. You ain't never seen him iced out with no jewelry. He did not care about any of that. He was the biggest. DMX was the biggest. And let me tell you why he was the biggest. He was the biggest because he prayed for everybody else more than he did for himself. He'd get on that stage and pray for 15,000 people, knowing that he needed more prayers than everybody that he was praying for. My brother would pray for everybody before he prayed for himself. My brother would take care of everybody before he would take care of himself. Never seen a human like him. The closest I ever seen to a prophet. They compare him to other people, but it's only one DMX. That man suffered every day. That man suffered from the day that I known him. He suffered. When y'all heard his first song, he was suffering. You know why he was suffering? Because he took everybody's pain and made it his. His humanitarian work should be celebrated. He was in so much pain that he would go to jail to have his freedom. Sorry, dog, I gotta tell him the truth. He would go to jail to escape his pain. That's how much pain my brother had every day. He would win an award, an American Music Award, you name it, and then understand why he deserved it. Because he knew and he felt that other people deserved it more than him. He never lived for himself. He lived for everybody else. I'm in position because of DMX. Millions of people are in position and inspired because of DMX. My brother was one of one, none before and none to come. If he ain't fuck with you, it wasn't nothing I could do. But if he loved you, it wasn't nothing you could do. You understand? We lost a real giant. But he's not in pain no more. He's not in pain no more. You understand? I want to be selfish, but I can't. Everybody. He was the most loyal person I've ever known. He's been Rough Rider since day one. Everybody threw millions of dollars. You could not buy DMX. You couldn't buy him. He was never for sale. His loyalty for who he loved was never for sale. His family was never for sale. His integrity was never for sale. You might learn something from him. He taught me a lot. He was my big brother and my little brother. He was my teacher and he was a student. We've been through so much. We slept on floors together. We robbed together. We celebrated together, and we cried together. He came to me the day that he left us in my dream. He was watching South Park. I came up from behind him and I hugged him. I seen him smiling, but I couldn't hear him talk. We wrestled. We was play fighting like we always do. And he got up and he grabbed me very tight. And he looked at me and he gave me a smile. Which I knew he was okay. I knew he was in a better space. As much as I hated whatever space he was in, that wasn't in our space. And he walked into a room. Then I woke up. Mind you, before that dream, my stomach hurted. I had the shivers, migraines, you name it. When I woke up, I felt different because I knew my brother was happy. I got a cigar. I got me something to drink. I went swimming and I played his music. Long live DMX. Blessings to his family. Blessings to all of y'all. He was the only artist I ever seen make gangsters cry. We're gonna do it big for him. When you see me, you see him. I done cried 50 times before I could do this message. You understand? And we're gonna keep the respect on his name. Anybody violate will be violated. Remember I told you. Because X ain't violate anyone. He loved everyone. From the essays, to the Bloods, to the Crips, to the Vice Lords, to the folks, to the Christian church, to the Islam. You named it. X loved everybody. This man had $30 million writing his music in the abandoned buildings. He would give his clothes away. He would sit down with homeless people and eat with them with $30 million in the bank. He cared about no money. He cared about humanity. He was a humanitarian. He did more charity than probably every artist I know. The only difference with his charity is he never talked about it. He just did it on a daily basis. Understand who my brother was. Understand who my brother was. We love you, King. We love you. We love you. We love you. I'm devastated, but I'm happy you're home. Your brother, this big nose, light skin brother you used to snap on. We have fun, man, you know. Love you, King. Long live DMX the Great.
Hey, let me tell y'all something. And this is one of the most serious things that I've ever said. Maybe even one of the most emotional and personal things that I've ever said. And it has to do with DMX and it has to do with his passing. But not only his passing, but his childhood and what he has went through. What we have went through. Now, my relationship with DMX, we wasn't super close, but we had time enough to be able to talk to each other. And coming from similar backgrounds, there's certain things that I need y'all to understand. And this is not what somebody told me. This is what he said to me. He said, you know, when he was younger, his mom had took him to a children's home and said that they was just going to visit. And she left him there. She took him there and she left him there. And he was too little to be there. too little to understand how to defend himself, how to take care of himself and everything else. But he did it. And he survived it. And we all have our ways of dealing with it. I've been through that system. I've been through that. I know what it's like when people think that adults don't care about children. I know what it's like to run the streets, sleep on the train, sleep in the hallways, try to sleep at friends' houses, have people tell you you could come stay at their house and their brothers are trying to mess with you, or even their fathers and adults and uncles and shit. I know what it is like. And we all handle it differently. We all have our demons. When people would see me and say how angry I was, they didn't understand what I had endured and what I went through. And as soon as me and DMX came in contact with each other, as soon as me and Earl came in contact with each other, we already knew what was done to that spirit. And it makes you overly aggressive. It makes you seem angry to people. It makes you seem mad to people. So people try to find whatever they can in order to overcome that. Some people turn to drugs. Some people turn to drinking. Some people turn to other things. People wonder why we give so much. The money that I make now, right? I give most of my money away to children who are in foster care and going through situations. You know why? Because there was nobody to do that for me. There was nobody to do that for me. So I do that. I give back. I try to make everybody happy. I try to keep everybody good because of what I may be dealing with on the inside. Everybody is fighting their own fucking demons. So when I think about it right now, I think about the fact that when that certain amount of peace comes along, why do you think, let me tell you why Roxanne and Shante don't drink or don't use drugs. You know why? Because I'm so afraid to find some fucking peace in it that I would never stop. I'm so afraid to find some fucking peace in it. I still now fight with going to sleep. When I'm up and I'm posting 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm not happy that I'm up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning posting, knowing that I got to start my day all over again. But that's because when you go through those systems and you go through that, you learn how not to sleep. You learn how not to sleep. So you up, and every time somebody shows you the least little amount of some type of deceit, or you catch somebody wrong, you so quick to let go because you know that as soon as you let your guards down, as soon as you trust somebody, something bad can happen. Something really bad can happen because you've done it. To miss out on a childhood, and then people wonder why you make the mistakes you make. Yeah, I make mistakes all the time. And they say, oh, you probably suffer from arrested development. Oh, you probably have this. You probably have that. No, I went through some fucking shit too early in life. I went through it when I wasn't supposed to. That's what it was. I went through it when I wasn't supposed to. And it's just so hard when you see people saying mean things and doing mean things, and even when you online and people are posting and saying negative things and saying all this other foul shit, you learn to just see past it. You learn how not to you get a tough skin because of it. So my heart is hurting right now. But in a way, I know that he has found some fucking peace. I do. And I'm saying this right now because for all of us who have experienced it, for everybody that's been out there that has went through the foster care system and had a bad experience, because I'm not going to say all foster parents is bad, because I have a sister who's a foster care parent because she wanted to be one of the good ones. When you have been a check child, that means they take them and they take you in their house because they only want a fucking check. And then you go into this fucking hip hop field and they only fucking nice to you because you're a commodity and you making them some fucking money. It's like this cycle never fucking stops. It just never stops. Oh my God. So just know that there were people that were out here that were trying to help him. People that he could talk to. But you can't, nobody can fix what is unreachable inside of you. And it's just rough. And I just need to say that. So if you know a child and you see a child in foster care, or you see a child that's going through something, man, help them. Say something. Say something to their parents. You know, do something. Because you never know who that child is going to grow up to be. You never know who that child is going to grow up to touch. You never, ever know. You just don't know. And you just don't know. So I'm just saying, anybody that has been through it, I know it's hard, and I know that you're dealing with it, and I know you done seen enough social workers to save you a lifetime. But maybe there is some type of therapy you get. Sometimes it's not even about wanting to grow up and be rich and have money. That's not it. It's not wanting to grow up. It's about wanting to find some peace, some happiness, a family that is yours. That's what you really want. That's all you want. I took in kids because I wanted kids to feel happy. I wanted them to feel a place that they could go and be loved. And yeah, my mouth may be foul, but they know they would never be hurt. They know they would be fed. They knew I would share my last. That's all you want. That's all you want. That's all you want. You know. So I needed to say that. I just needed to say that.